Hey guys, it's zVeNoMz here with the deck profile. It's an update of my Inzektors. I've got a few announcements to make before I start the deck profile. First announcement is that I will be attending Louisville, or I should be attending the Louisville, Kentucky Regional here in 14 days. It's on May 12th in Louisville, Kentucky. I'm not sure the exact store location. So if you're subscribed to me and you can go there, you should go hang out with me. Trade me Hornets, because I really need my Hornets and my extra deck stuff. But anyways, I'm trying to collect up a bunch of money between now and then to be able to finish my deck and be able to pay for the regional. As of right now, I have it estimated that I should have roughly only $76 by the time I get there. So I'm kind of struggling to get this money, guys. If anybody is going to attend there and feels like helping me out, letting me borrow a card even, I would be glad to return it right back to you or try to get it off of you somehow. But pretty much I'm just trying to get my Hornets specifically, at least 2 Hornets and maybe hopefully one's in mains and 1 Levier. And then that should be pretty much, and the Utopia. I don't know why I can't get Utopia. It's only like $2. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and jump into the deck profile because that's what this video is really all about. First up, you've got 1 Dark Arm Dragon. Dark Arm Dragon's really good. You control your graveyard really well with Inzektors, in my opinion, so he's a very powerful card to run. By the way, guys, this is for after, obviously, it's for after the rule change on priority, so there's no more priority with this deck. That's why there are a few changes in the trap section specifically. Next up, you got 2 Inzektor Gigamantis. These, I prefer this at 2. Many people prefer it at 1, but I prefer it at 2. It's a little bit better at 2 in my opinion. You've got more searchability with Centipede. You can special summon it from the deck with Dragonfly. You can equip it onto Dragonfly and equip Hornet onto Dragonfly, pop, get double special summon, and 1 special summon from grave. You know, just crazy combos like that. This makes OTK, running 2 instead of 3, or 2 instead of 1, makes OTKs more likely to happen and more alive, and makes the deck much more hard hitting than it normally is, in my opinion. 2 Inzektor Hopper. For the regional, if I can't get all 3 of my Hornets, I might bump this up to 3 and keep Hornet at 2 if I can get 2 Hornets. I'm not 100% sure if that'll work as good, so let me know what you guys think. If I can only get 2 Hornets, should I replace the 3rd one with another Hopper, or what else should I replace it with that I might actually have? But anyways, for now, 2 Hoppers. 2 Hoppers is really good. And once Ladybug comes out, I gotta get me some rank 5 exceeds and get a couple Ladybugs, because I wish they hadn't named it Ladybug. It should be Gruff or Gulho. But anyways, because that's a horrible name, Ladybug. But 3 Inzektor Hornets. The card that was $30 not too long ago, and now it's $40 again. Should have tried to pick it up when they were 30. But anyways, these are one of the key cards to the deck. You only really need 1, but I would prefer to have all 3 of them. But as long as I get 1, I will be participating in the tournament. So, 3 Inzektor Dragonflies. Special summon stuff from the deck whenever an equipped monster equipped to it goes to the grave. Or an equipped card goes to the grave. Same with Centipede, except you add a card from your deck to your hand instead. Armageddon Knight, I still like him. I don't like the Mystic Tomatoes as much as I did for a little bit, so I took the Mystic Tomatoes out, but Armageddon Knight's still decent. It's the 2nd full burial. You run 2 or 5 targets that you can send to the graveyard, and 2 different targets, so really nice. Sangan searches pretty much the majority of the deck. It's just a really good card. Sets up more combos. 2 Effect Veilers. I find this card really important to run now. It stops Dragonfly, Inzektor Dragonfly. It stops Rescue Rabbit now that priority's gone, or whatever, because I heard rumors that you could still use Rescue Rabbit even though it got effect veilered in the past, which I thought was kind of dumb. But you can also stop Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. You can just stop so much more stuff. Even now that priority's gone, it only changed a couple cards that this card could stop, but it can just stop everything now, really. It just stops every turn 1 move. The only thing it doesn't stop, though, is Tour Guide, because Tour Guide summons the monster as soon as it's summoned, so. 2 Pot of Dualities. I like 2/3. 3 is inconsistent, in my opinion. and you got to have the, this deck is sometimes a little bit inconsistent, so you have to have that draw power and search power to make it more consistent. Allure of Darkness, really good draw power card. 2 Inzektors, Swords at Caliber. This allows for OTKs much easier than with a regular build. This also allows for kind of like a cycle. Like once it goes to the graveyard, you just add another one or another Inzektor from your graveyard back to your hand, such as a Dragonfly or Centipede. Monster Reborn, it's a staple. Dark Hole, staple. Heavy Storm, staple. 3 Mystical Space Typhoons, still loving it at 3. It's really good. Some decks I have to side 1 or 2 of these out because they don't run as many spells and traps, or they don't set as heavy as they normally do, so I might have to side those out every now and then, but that doesn't bother me because my sideboard, sometimes I struggle finding stuff I need to side out for it, because the deck is just so good in general against everything. Full Burial to send your Hornet or Hopper. Book of Moon, it's a staple. 2 Call of the Haunted, and I got an ultra rare. I might have to trade that off. Sorry, I might actually have to trade it off, which is gonna be kind of sad for me, because I got it for like $1, and it's like worth like how much? I don't know, a bunch. It's the PSV one, so it's the really expensive one. I might have to trade that off before the tournament, sadly. But if I do, hey, I can go off and I can go without a ultra rare Call of the Haunted. It's all good. Mirror Force, it's a staple. Not as many people think it's staple nowadays, but I still think it's a staple. A staple for most decks, not all decks, because not all decks need it. 2 Solemn Warnings, just to stop stuff from getting on the field. And thanks to the no priority rule, I have 1 Compulse and 1 Bottomless, and you'll see why I have 1 of each here in a minute. I actually do have 1 of each for a reason and not 2 of each or something like that. And then 2 Torrential Tributes. Really good card, this format. It just helps you in so many different situations. For the extra deck, got 2 zVeNoMz. I obviously don't have either one of those, so if you're going to the regional and you have these, you should let me borrow or trade for them. I probably can't trade for those though. Levier, get back your Allure of Darkness target that you banished, which could have been a Dragonfly or a Centipede, or anything else that you really want to get back. 2 Giga Brilliance, I dropped it from 3. I'd never found myself going into 3 in one game, so I was just like, I really need room for a Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon since I sideboard the Cyber Dragons. So let's take one of these out for it. So that's what I did. 2 Leviathan Dragons, really good card. It'll be my main rank 3 exceed if I don't get my zVeNoMz or my Levier or my Giga Brilliance before the regional. It'll be the main one I go into. People will call me a bad player for going into that instead of zVeNoMz turn 1. But it all doesn't really matter. Grinosaurus, it's good against windups, in my opinion, and good against anything with generally weak monsters, because you can afflict an extra 1,000, and it's just a nice kind of extra exceed monster you can go into. Acid Golem of Destruction, really good. Utopia, the 1 rank 4 I can go into, or I will go into. Inzektor Exabeetle, I'm thinking about taking this out, but the problem is I'm not taking it out until I actually have the card that I need to replace it. I'm not sure what I'm going to replace it with. Probably one of the rank 5s once Ladybug comes out. I hate that name. But, because I never really use him. But he's just there in case I do have that chance of using him. 1 Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon, because I side Cyber Dragons, and I sadly don't have this. The 2 that I had, I got ripped off with them. I was going to get some Blackwing stuff from my old Blackwings, and then I got ripped off, as you guys may or may not know about from my old videos. Army Arm, I can do this synchro really easy. Catastor, somewhat easy. It's the main synchro I use. And then Black Rose Dragon. Now for the side deck. The side deck is pretty much a basic side deck. And I'll explain what each card is in there for and why they're in there. Cyber Dragons, 2. They're only in there because it's a good first turn move. Any machine decks that I run into, not really much. These are just there for a good beater. 2 DD Crows, I still need 1 for the regional, but I'm sure I can pick it up. Common, if not super. But anyways, this card is super easy, or super good, I don't know what I'm saying. It kills Hornets in Grave, it kills Wind-Up Hunter in Graves, which most Wind-Up players only run 1 Hunter, so once they get that 1 Hunter to Grave and I DD Crow it, there's no Hunter hand drop for them, so really good. 3-Dimensional Fissure mainly because it just doesn't affect me, and it's in general an anti-meta card. This format is not working so great. It'll hurt windups a little bit, but it won't hurt Dino Rabbits at all, pretty much. So they're just in there mainly for windups and whatever I run into that it can hurt. And Chaos Dragons, it'll hurt them a lot, and Dark Worlds. But anyways, 3 Prohibitions. This is my personal tech. Well, actually me and my buddy, my friend, John, we have this personal tech in our sideboards. This card is amazing. Prohibition. You call out the main card of their deck. Oh, what are they going to do about it? They're going to MST this. If they have an MST in hand, they're going to waste their materials on getting rid of Prohibition. Then your other cards become a little bit more usable and less targetable by their MSTs and Heavy Storm and all that stuff, because they're going to focus on this. And this, stop until they kill it, stops generally the basis of their deck, which is really good. Whenever you call out a Rescue Rabbit or a wind-up Carriers and Matey or a wind-up Shark or Inzektor Hornet, because then they can't, wait, hold on. Yeah, and Hornet would not be able to use. It's really good. They could pop stuff with Hornet, you know. It's a really good card overall. 2 Smashing Grounds, just because they're a decent, they're pretty good now. Make the Dino Rabbits waste their Logias, negate on that. Whenever you Smashing Ground and it's going to kill their Logia, they have to negate it. And then you can go Inzektor crazy on them, and, you know, then they're not going to be happy. Regeki Break, I was going to main it, but I think I'm going to side it for now. I'll do some testing before the regional, but this card is a really good card now. It destroys a card on the field just by discarding your dead Hornet or dead Hopper in hand. Well, they're not dead in hand, but they're not doing anything different in grave that they are in hand. So a free destroy, or a 1-card destroy, is really nice. As I said, I would tell you why I have 1 Compulse and 1 Bottomless mained, because I have 1 of each sided. Compulse is really good against decks that exceed and synchro a lot, and Bottomless is just good for decks with a bunch of stronger stuff. If I'm facing windups, I'll generally side in the 2nd Compulse, and same with Dino Rabbits. And with Inzektors, I would probably leave it at 1 and 1 each, just depending on the deck, whether they have high attack monsters that come out a bunch or not. Just side in whichever one that would hurt them the most, and side out whichever one's not doing much. So that's the deck profile for my Inzektors for the March 2012 format. Getting ready for the regional. So if you liked the video, rate, comment, subscribe. Go check out my contest, people. I've only got 1 person entered so far, so I would, well, he hasn't actually entered yet, but he's updating his deck for the contest. So remember, $50 worth of prizes if you win, or 30 if you win and 20 if you get 2nd place. And by the way, those prizes will not come immediately as I said they would be. They're going to be probably a month or 2 late, mainly because of this regional, and I'm trying to save up my money for it instead of the prizes for you guys. So the prizes will come a little bit later than expected, or than you may have expected, so sorry for that inconvenience, but you'll still get them, I promise. And rate, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Go check out my other videos, and I hope to see some of you guys at the Kentucky Regional. Remember, it's May 12th in Louisville, Kentucky.